resonated with, like, someone reached out to me the other day,
Yeah.
and he finally said it clicked for him why he got into Rewired.
Yeah.
And it was only because I said this. If you're a broker or you're a prop firm, let's think prop firm. Let's say you owned a prop firm. Would you want all of the people that sign up for assessments, would you want them to have a good emotional control?
No,
Why?
because I'll lose money.
Exactly.
If I have more traders making more money at a higher volume, I lose out as a broker, don't I? So,
And when you think about it, let's say, I don't know, FXCM. Let's say you own FXCM, and you've now got a whole bunch of traders. Let's say you've got thousands. What would you want them to do? If you know statistically most of them are going to lose money, wouldn't you want them to trade with more volume? You'd want them to trade more frequently, and you wouldn't want any like stoic trade. Like if you could choose and said that there was a batch of people, and they said, oh, have some stoic traders that are calm, or have traders that are emotionally unstable. Which one are you going to pick? Pick the emotionally unstable ones.
100%.
So it's not within the trading narrative to have all of these calm, relaxed, taking their time, sniper-based traders. You need the machine gun traders. You need the people to do that, to waste all of their money, because that feeds the prop firms.
It's the same concept as school, isn't it? If you think about it. Why have they not designed school for the benefit of the people to generate wealth?
Like zero financial literacy.
No, so it's 100% deliberate, and it's for a reason. Don't get me wrong, the whole economy is not going to run on entrepreneurs. It needs different sectors, labours, it needs people who are going to pave the roads and stuff like that. That's very important. But I think the school system is deliberately designed in the same way. The whole system is fractally designed in the same way. Same psychology. You know what, should we try something? Just come up with an idea. Check...
Go, because you love AI.
I'm going to say, if I was a broker...
I was going to say, ask the question and see. Well, no, say if you was a prop firm.
Okay.
See if it's got enough data on that.
If I was a prop firm in the forex trading space and I wanted to make the most money possible out of retail traders, what should I do?
Let me just see what it says.
If I was a prop firm in the forex trading space.
Ask this. If I was a prop firm...
Hold on, guys. One second. Ibby, there's a much easier way to do this on ChatGPT, by the way. You should just speak to it as well.
Do the one this. Just say, we're having a discussion about trading, and we're wondering...
I'm not pressed the mic yet.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, do you not? Right, go on.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Oh, you
I can definitely hear you. Sounds like you're just making sure the audio's working fine. And it is on my end, so whenever you're ready to dive into...
Perfect. So we're having a discussion about trading. And when it comes to trading, psychology is a type of topic that most people are against. So we just sat there and thought, if I was a prop firm owner, would I want to push the narrative that focusing on technicals is more important, or would I want people to focus on psychology? What would be your take on that? If I was a prop firm that wanted to make the most money, what would I rather?
Interesting question. So if you're a prop firm owner and you're thinking purely from the perspective of making the most money, it's a bit of a balancing act. On one hand, pushing the narrative that technical skills are the be-all and end-all might attract traders who just want to master a system and believe that if they get the technicals right, they'll succeed. That can be appealing because it sounds very concrete and learnable. On the other hand, if you emphasize trading psychology, you're acknowledging that even with good technical skills, a trader's mindset is crucial. And honestly, from a prop firm's profit perspective, traders who manage their emotions well might stick around longer and not blow up accounts as quickly. So if your goal is maximizing profit and trader longevity, you might actually want to blend. Emphasize that while technicals are vital, psychology is what keeps traders consistent. That way you're not losing traders who have good strategies but struggle with the mental game. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
Right, so to be more specific, if as a prop firm owner, I make most of my money from traders losing, then what would you do? Because traders that trade on a prop firm, the ones that win, they're paid out by all of the assessment fees that people pay to start it in the first place. So what would be your approach then?
Got it. So if we're talking about that kind of prop firm model, where the business is essentially making its money from the fact that a lot of traders don't succeed long term, basically from those who pay the assessment fees and then lose their funded accounts, then your strategy might shift a bit. In that scenario, you might actually lean more into the technical side of things and make that the star of the show. If traders believe believe that once they get the technicals down, they'll be golden, they might focus heavily on that and perhaps underestimate how much psychology plays a role in not blowing up their accounts. In other words, if the business model thrives on traders stumbling eventually, you might emphasize the idea that mastering a technical strategy is the key to success and not highlight the psychological side as much.
Check this. Thank you for that. Just a quick question. So if I was an evil prop firm owner and I had an agenda to make the most amount of profit whatsoever, is it possible that I would get people of influence to spin the narrative that psychology is actually not that important then, because technicals is the be-all and end-all, and you would want as many of those people failing to make money? Would I be on the right lines? Or tell me if there's something I'm missing that I'm not biased.
Yeah, you're definitely on the right lines if we're talking about a kind of evil mastermind prop firm scenario. In that kind of situation, it would make total sense to get influencers or respected voices in the trading community to downplay the importance of psychology. If they're all saying, hey, just nail the technicals and you'll be fine, then more traders might overlook the mental and emotional side of trading. And as a result, they might make the same psychological mistakes over and over, which would benefit the firm's bottom line in that kind of profit model. So yeah, you're not really missing anything there. It's a pretty logical, if a bit devious approach, but that's the idea.
So, my last question would be, thank you very much, mate. No, my last question would be, if you're still there, stay with us. So what you're saying is that I essentially have to trust the intentions and the integrity of the prop firm owners. And then I also have to come to the conclusion that over the last 5 years, there are so many prop firms that have come and gone and they're not paid out their traders. So I think I am on the right lines. That it's either the prop firm owner is super authentic, has no ill intention whatsoever, wants all of their traders to succeed, or psychology probably wouldn't be a popular thing for them if they want to maximize their bottom line.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed the logic of it. It really does boil down to trusting the intentions and integrity of the firm. There are absolutely unprop firms out there that genuinely want their traders to succeed because successful traders can bring in a different kind of reputation and stability. But on the flip side, there are definitely firms that might see more profit in having a revolving door of traders who come and go after paying fees. So yeah, your conclusion is pretty spot on. It's kind of a spectrum.
You don't need to keep filming this part, but I'm just going to ask one more question. So, one more question then. If I'm an influencer and I'm on Instagram or YouTube and I get paid a commission based off of how many prop firm people sign up for prop firms to buy assessments, would you say that it would be a fair assumption that that person of influence would downplay the idea of psychology with the goal and the aim that more and more people would buy assessments because they get an affiliate? Would I be right in thinking that, or am I thinking from too much of a negative standpoint?
I think you're actually being pretty realistic there, not necessarily too negative. It's a fair for prop firm assessments. They might naturally have a bias. They might lean into the angle that makes it easier for people to feel confident about jumping in. And that could mean downplaying how tough the psychological side can be. So you're not off base at all. And it's just kind of recognizing that if there's a financial incentive, people might shape their message in a way that encourages more signups, even if that means not emphasizing the full picture. So yeah, you're thinking along pretty reasonable lines there.
And just one more point to add. You know, people watching this clip, right, might think, well, you're selling a psychology course, you're obviously going to benefit, of course, because our prop firm model is designed completely different, right? We don't make money off assessment fees because we don't market our prop firm publicly all the time, in a sense of run advertisements, don't do none of that stuff, right? And it's not public, which is the main thing. If it was public, then that'd be a different story. But we're not public, we're private, we're in-house, which means the reason we have a psychology program is because we need to make sure we have the best traders. If we wanted the best traders and we didn't have a psychology program, that'd be a scam completely. So if you look at most prop firm models, they're not a trading community. It's a prop firm before anything. Falcon's a trading community first that now has a prop firm for students. So in that essence, if we want the lowest fail rate and we want the highest success rate and we want people winning, want people making money, we have to come to the reality that they need to rewire their mind. That's why we sell it so much, is because we want the best traders.
And the interesting thing is, most people say, well, look, you make money from psychology, so of course you're going to peddle that narrative. Bearing in mind, I've been pushing that since 2017. Before Rewired was even a thought, before it even existed, I was pushing to be whatever book that I could, that I thought would give them enough resources to at least like embark on more emotional control via the chimp paradox. That's all I had until I put all of my work together, my life's work, to speed that up.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's like if someone said to me, Mark, do you think investing into a journaling software to journal my trades is a good idea?
Yeah.
I say, yeah, absolutely. And we'll push people towards companies that we're not even affiliated with,
Yeah.
and they pay subscriptions for it. So if that was the case, every single thing that we would do, we'd be like, no, you give the money to us, give the money to us.
Yeah.
But we don't. So yeah, of course, we're big on psychology and we're big on technicals, but at the same time, we also push people towards things that we know is going to help them, that we have no affiliation to whatsoever. So it's about integrity here, and I think a lot of people in this industry of influence, they peddle a narrative that only benefits them and only when they can make money, and that is a slippery slope, extremely disingenuous, and actually sets up the trader to fail versus succeed.